Rihanna, together with A$AP Rocky and their baby, appeared on the cover of British Vogue magazine, and the internet's reaction was instant. That this is some kind of subliminal message about dominant women, that A$AP Rocky looked emasculated and submissive, and this is some kind of subversion of gender roles. So I decided to share with you my opinion about what are the real symbols at play here and what is the message that they are trying to convey. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. The first impression that we have in terms of body language is that Rihanna has her chin up in a dominant way, and A$AP's posture is a bit hunched and with a much more neutral chin. That is a critical part of our body language in terms of how is our attitude measured by people that see us. Obviously, his posture is because he's holding their baby, and in my opinion, this is a very important message. There's a global crisis of absent fathers, so the image of a man being present and holding his baby as a symbol of emotionally intelligent fatherhood is something that we need, and urgently. It's also relevant the way he's holding his baby in a full contact, full physical contact, and with a kiss. And of course, it's also nice to see that the baby is smiling at the same time. It's something that no matter how important Rihanna is on that cover, you know our eyes are going to be drawn directly to the baby's face. That is something that is natural. That is something that is pre-programmed in us automatically. Now, going back to those concepts that Rihanna looks more dominant and strong and A$AP looks more weak and submissive, I disagree with that because yes, you could say that Rihanna looks the strongest in here. And yes, indeed, her posture is stronger. But that doesn't subtract from the symbol of a father protecting his family. And you could say, but how could he protect his family if he's behind? In fact, there is no general rule to say that a man cannot protect a woman standing behind her, because we have more than enough examples of very cheesy tropes and illustrations of extremely manly characters that are behind their women. And they absolutely look like they are protecting them, but it doesn't matter if they are standing behind them. We still get that sense of protection, that sense of embracing, even if the man is behind the woman. What creates the biggest difference here is the perspective. That's why Rihanna looks much bigger than A$AP. That's it. Maybe, just maybe, that's one of the reasons people find this a bit odd. But I think it's just part of the composition, which I will be talking more about a bit later. But first, let's talk about their holding hands. And let's be honest, this is something that we are never gonna win with this. If they are holding hands, people are gonna complain that he's such a simp. If they were not holding hands, it will mean that he has no control over her. In this case, the hand holding is subtle enough to represent a connection between them, but not to the extent of some connections that could be quite intense. Jokes aside, this hand holding is very subtle, very loving, and not possessive at all. I think it was a nice detail. By the way, on Twitter, I got many replies telling me that why am I analyzing a stage picture? This is not spontaneous at all. They are posing for the camera. And this has a reason. Photography is an art, and as in every art, you use symbols such as body language and light to project a message. You want to convey a message about the people that are on the frame. And so far, we have confirmed that the photographer wanted to convey an interesting dynamic between them as a couple, and every symbol so far has been adding to that message. Okay, maybe you personally do not agree with the way they are portrayed here, but in my opinion, and from a photography as art perspective, the message is being conveyed in every single detail, in every single symbol. So it's well implemented. It's well executed. And that brings us back to the discussion of gender roles or gender archetypes, that men have to be always dominant and women should be submissive. And that really doesn't make sense in real life. I think being a man and being a woman have nothing intrinsically to be dominant and submissive, because dominant and submissive are traits of our feminine and masculine polarities. And every single person, every single one of us has a feminine and masculine polarity. The idea is being able to combine and use them whenever we need them because, well, a woman can be aggressive sometimes. Maybe she needs to be aggressive at some point, and being aggressive is part of our masculine polarity. And sometimes a man has to be persuasive, and persuasion is part of our feminine polarity. This is a topic that is beautifully complex, and in fact, in couples, it becomes even more complex because of these dynamics. Now, it's time to take a step back and take a look at the entire composition. And something that we have not mentioned yet is their legs. The spacing between the legs makes for a nice composition and a nice rhythm to it. In principle, is to make sure that the image has movement. And what is nice here is that even with that perspective, it has a nice rhythm, like they are in sync. And that is something that they wanted to project with that photography, that they are in sync as a couple, that rhythm of their legs are a symbol to that. And what's interesting is that we perceive this even if it's a static picture. But maybe another reason why this looks like she is way more dominant is the footprints in the sand. It's like he's walking directly over her footprints, so she's not only leading, but also opening the path for him. Well, maybe she's metaphorically opening the path for more engaged fathers. I would like to know, what do you think about this in the comments? My body language buddies, remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and remember, much love and bliss.